project is Andrea Lewis. I am the general manager of the Black Experience on Xfinity channel, which is distributing the project, and I helped executive produce on the project as well. And it's been fantastic. It's really been a labor of love to watch the dream and ideas of these young emerging creatives kind of come together, and to be there as the executive on the channel to kind of shepherd it forward. And yeah, it's incredible.
What was the most surprising thing? I mean, I'm sure many things surprised you doing this, but what was the one thing that surprised you and wow, am I surprised about that? What was that for you?
Honestly, the one thing, I would say the most major thing that surprised me was how much I didn't know about where we came from in terms of just the situation around beauty in general and Black women, and how much a lot of the Black models from back in the day had to kind of contend with, what they did to make their own sort of powders and creams, mixing together their own stuff. Okay, right. I was like, are you kidding me? So that was like a big surprise. And just in general, just the learning about our skin and our hair and that journey from where we've been, all of it was educational as well as entertaining. And so I hope that everyone, experiences that same kind of informative experience as I did.
But how do people find you on social media so they get to follow your journey?
Yes, I'm at the Keesha B everywhere. That's TheKeeshab.
I'm the CEO of FaceForward Productions.
So tell me about FaceForward Productions.
So we are a production company that's shepherding cultural stories that are told from the Black perspective, Black voices, Black lenses, etc. And it's not all, but I have to be careful with that, because I think when people hear Black, they think it's only rooted in what we've come to see as Black stories. But what we do is we tell all stories, but put a Black lens on it and make it more appealing to our culture and show that Black folks aren't a monolith in a real way and not a buzzword way.
Tonight, this project, the Black Beauty Effect, is part of your brand.
Yes.
When you were deciding to do this, what was the most important, I guess, not message, but tone you wanted this documentary to have?
I wanted to be celebratory. I've seen documentaries that are very woe is me, that are very drugged down, and it make Black people seem like we're weak. And Black people are so powerful. Black people have created industries, reshaped industries, and disrupted industries. And I wanted that to be seen on the screen. I wanted folks to see that Black folks are powerful and Black folks can do anything, particularly Black women. You put anything in the hands of a Black woman, it's gonna be better than you left it. And so for me, coming from a Black woman, a Black mom, having very strong Black women in my family, it was important that we celebrated them in the series. And that's what we get.
Well, the things that surprised you, that you learned and you're like, wow, that's surprising. Can you share something like that, if any?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff that I didn't know, and was surprised to find out. When you think about the 10-year-old law and where Black women weren't even allowed to wear their hair without it being covered, right? And that was a law meant to dehumanize Black women and Black people. When you think about a lot of the brands that marketed and tried to appeal to Black women that even had Black in their names that weren't owned by Black people. And so when you think about and learn about all those things, it's kind of eye-opening to see just how powerful Black people, again, are to say, hey, you're trying to market to us, you're trying to take our dollar, but there's nobody that looks like me at the boardroom in the seat. And so we reshaped those, took over those companies. Yeah.
So for folks who are not here tonight, where can they see the Black Beauty Effect?
Great questions. November 25th, you can see the Black Beauty Effect on Xfinity's Black Experience. And if you don't have Xfinity, you can download Zumo, which is their advertising app, and watch it for free.
That's fantastic. And how do people follow you and your journey and your social media?
Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram at FaceForward Productions, or you can follow my personal Instagram at Face_forward87.
Well, I can't wait to see the show, and thank you so much for chatting with us. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. What are you expecting from tonight's show?
Oh, I'm expecting just greatness. I'm expecting a celebration. I hope that the audience will connect with the story. I hope that they'll enjoy, the anecdotes that we got from our talent. And I hope that they'll just be inspired after and encouraged to continue celebrating our beauty.
How do you maintain your beauty, your inner self, your routine as a Black woman, as a beautiful Black woman, I might say? How do you do that?
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, I think it definitely starts with inner beauty, and just, I meditate every day, make sure I try to stay healthy, and yeah, just having that, self-love and making myself feel beautiful. Just with, I like fashion. Those things all make me, feel really beautiful.
So if you can give, I don't want to say advice, but positivity for young women, especially young women today, of all colors, because we're all women in this world. What would you want to say to young girls out there today in terms of empowering themselves with their beauty, no matter what culture they're at, or what religion they're at, or what ethnicity or skin color? What would you want to say to them?
I want young girls to just be able to know that even if they're not always reflected, in what is seen as beautiful in popular media, to know that they are beautiful, and that, you just have to find what lights you up inside, and just, sometimes it's kind of scary, but you just gotta express yourself, and yeah, that beauty will resonate throughout the world. So yeah.
So social media, so I can find you and everybody else can find you. What's your social media?
My social media is at Like the Holiday. My name is Kwanzaa, so it's at Like the Holiday.
Well, thank you so much. You look amazing again, and have fun on your first black carpet. So you are the series creator. I would love to know the inspiration for this project.
The inspiration for this project was my life. As someone who grew up in the television and film industry, I've been in makeup rooms forever. I've seen people mess up my makeup. I've seen people do my makeup amazing. I then also got to see the birth of YouTube. I got to see the editorial space, the Essence and the Ebony's and all of these magazines that when they would highlight Black women, I'd be like, beyond thrilled. So to kind of be in this space where I'm a fan of Black beauty, I'm a fan of Black women on a whole, but to never see us really get our props, to really never see us get like that, like where people give us like, yes, you are killing it, you are doing really great, you are the trend. I never saw that, and I was like, and I know I'm not crazy. I know we're doing this. I know this is something that's real. And so I was like, I need to see a story that shows that. I need to see something that really shows why we are game changers, why we are the trend, reminds us of our history, and reminds us that our beauty is something that we actually have the control over. And that we are not trying to assimilate, but rather we are just trying to look like ourselves and be respected for looking like ourselves. And every day, Black women are doing that, whether they are in social media, whether they're in the executive space, whether they're an editor. Every day we're trying for that, and to show and highlight these women has just been a dream come true.
I'm glad you're talking about that, because I find sometimes when we want to do a different look, we actually get judged by our own Black women. And I think that's kind of a challenge. How do you address that part of the process?
Black women judging you sometimes for changing your or not fitting, you know what I honestly think is it's more so for me a space of recognizing when you're kind of further ahead, because we all have to unlearn white supremacy. We all have to unlearn European standards of beauty. We all have to unlearn these things, Black people especially. And so when you meet people that are like, I'm pushing this forward, I love myself, and somebody doesn't get it, that's okay. They'll be inspired by you. They'll figure it out.
Well, it's great to meet you, but social media, so fans can find you and follow you. Social media.
You can follow me on Instagram at Andrea Lewis.
Well, thank you so much. Love chatting with you. Thank you.